pick up where we left off. The hospital released me some hours ago. I wrote Alistair until the press announcement that Tom Butt reunites with the man. And I see now he stopped accepting my mail at the same time, though I am only now taking them back into my possession, going on 3 weeks later. The days following progressed and I degenerated. Drinking. Clinical depression. I knew I was not well. I had everted a palpable amount of soul onto the page. I finally told my mother that maybe it was best if I went to the hospital. When the morning came, I raged and tried to do anything else. She called the law, they called the ambulance. The police themselves were innocent, hick-ass, beer-drinking, football-watching motherfuckers, and so I said as little as was necessary. Being strapped into the ambulance is a rock bottom. Complete immobility. The EMT lady had kind eyes and said sweet, encouraging things. They did not help me at all. Upon arrival, I sat in one of the ER rooms for several hours. I watched a Trump rally in Pennsylvania somewhere. On TV, I mean. It bored me. I also had Plato, the complete works. I tried opening it more than once. I would not say I successfully read anything during my stay. A psychiatry resident woman entered, and I was truthful. Too truthful. Spiritual certainties defy medical nomenclature. They admitted me. I ended up staying 9 days. Though the first morning I awoke in that hospital, I knew I had to let it go. That Alistair doesn't respect me, and so I can do whatever I want. I decided to write about it. I was surprised by the amount of time they kept me. But I played nice, took the meds, lithium, other things, went to the groups. I talked about it openly to some, not all of them. It is a kernel of intrigue I know they all hold dear. We would watch movies and I would nerd out. I was ready to go by the end of it. I have no intention of taking that medication. I was perplexed earlier, before I was released, when they told me that my mother doesn't want to pick me up, as I had just spoken to her on the phone. But now I see they had called her earlier and she wanted me to stay. It was an old note someone had not seen. I don't blame her. Time passes. I am now in New Orleans, getting back into the swing of working these demanding hours. I still write every day, before, during, and after work, as much or as little as I want. Sometimes many words come. Other times camaraderie steals my arm, and I cajole, opposed to write. There are many people here I recall from years past, though many more alien faces. It is the most employees I have ever seen on an Alpine site. Going on 50, maybe more. Tim's here, along with Terrence, Alonzo, Ray, Ivan, Tomas, Alfredo. All of these people I recall. Everyone else is a specter. Salt of the earth types. We have nothing in common beyond humor. I have been working on my essay for some time. 7,000 words. I've just finished typing it. I have a plan. I am not sure how it will play out. The plan collapsed upon arrival. I intended to dump it on as many subreddits as I could find that were appropriate simultaneously, but the file was too big. I took out all the videos and accompanying material, stylistic flourishes, and was able to publish the essay alone. I did all of that and then began running through all the other pages and editing thereafter, but by the time I got halfway through, I began being thrown out per community guidelines or some such. Censorship, Orwellian dogma, the spinelessness of participation award societies. I have made an X account, boycott the journalist, and uploaded the essay as a PDF hyperlink. Days have passed. It is now Friday night. Something has happened. I remember on Wednesday, after reading on Hemingway, I opted to close my eyes and nap the remaining 20 minutes of my lunch hour. After a minute or two, I saw Alistair's face with a bright golden aura around it. I bolted awake and immediately started writing. After posting my essay, I contemplated how I might further my cause, make denser my vindictiveness. I had the thought to review every movie I watch, which is funny, so I set myself to task. First, An American in Paris. Second, Mr. Skeffington. Third, Gone with the Wind. Each review had a hashtag of #boycott the journalist, but Gone with the Wind was the first one I tweeted directly to him on Tuesday night. I watched Guys and Dolls and reviewed it as well, and was in the process of watching The Great Escape when I saw the announcement. Alistair Hoffman drops The Journalist as his 10th and final film. He canceled the film on Wednesday, the moment I saw him in my mind's eye. My mind is running wild. I called Jake and explained, to which he said, "You never know, man, in a year." I appreciated having his ear. He must be my closest friend. Tomorrow, I catch a flight to buy a van in Nashville and register it in Alabama. I drank coffee way too late, and now I'm bouncing around the room with speculative thoughts. I'll write him over the weekend. Now I have to pack to move out of this hotel. Sitting in the terminal, I had the thought to take everything down. I am so surprised. I did not expect this. Not that I am conspiring. Everything I've done is centered around my certainty that I wasn't the guy. But now, I've been writing him. I'll overnight it on Monday. It is now May 17th, 1 month to the day since the movie was canceled. My letter was refused at the door. I got my van and slept in it for 2 days, before the humidity of southern Louisiana got the better of my disposition. I got lucky. Jake was staying at the hotel at the time. He let me stay with him the next few days until I secured a house in the French Quarter. $1,500, no deposit, no lease. The weekend leading into my moving saw us, Jake, link up with a total degenerate selling drugs. A ratchet couple from Texas, black guy, white girl. We partied with them all night Friday. While showing us her tattoos, she revealed Puma Lerman from Pith Fiction on her arm, to which I said, "Alistair Hoffman, cool." Jake and I had our moment of recognition. That psychic elephant. Of course we said nothing. I've taken to writing through sunset. I will sit on my back porch and write until I struggle to see the page. Despite writing about Alistair every day and sensing our connection, I have not written him again. My co-worker, Travis Guillory, real nice Cajun coon-ass motherfucker, constant shit-talker, kept pestering me about going to a book signing or something. I bucked against it, the idea. Seemed stalkerish. But as I thought about it, I couldn't help but think, maybe he's right. Looking into it, I see he will be speaking after a screening of Eliza Yellow with Jacero at Jacero Con. A celebration of Jacero's 80th birthday following Tribeca next month. I decided that if I'm going to go, I have to be in the front row. So I bought the Fun Buddy ticket. Though I don't believe it affords me any advantages at Eliza Yellow. The only reason I'm coming. It's like Clam. I have to be earlier than everyone. I invited my scene partner and she agreed, then changed her mind after I bought the fucking ticket, citing her boyfriend. I told her it doesn't matter. I don't expect her to be with me. I don't know, I guess she can't spend any time with me without feeling she is betraying something in herself. Some aspect of her relationship, which I'm sure is dull. It pisses me off to say yes, then go back. The screening is during the day. 1 o'clock. By 5 o'clock, she's back spreading her long, beautiful legs for whomever. None of my business. She's behaving like an irrational, emotional bitch. She is very young. The screening is just shy of 1 month from now. I have bought his book, Gumshoe Rumination. I feel I owe him that much. It is a collection of scholarly, funny essays on writers and pieces of journalism that left lasting impressions on him from youth. I am only at the beginning. I have laughed out loud several times already. I will have to read all of the pieces. Tomorrow I fly to New York. Everyone at work has been very encouraging. Alistair and I have been spending more time together. He knows that I'm coming, though I tried to write him one more time at the beginning of the week. It, too, was refused at the door. As with the letter I wrote him the Monday following the cancellation. And he knows I'll be in the front row. He wants me to question him about his book, Gumshoe Rumination. I've read the book twice and prepared 10 questions. Sometimes I've sensed other people. I recall eating one night and having the feeling that someone was really hoping I would choke to death in that moment. A different person, a woman. I can't say who, but she knows who I am. Both of us have run the gambit emotionally. I am sure both he and Tom Butt wished I would jump off a bridge. Sometimes he's laughed and offered kind appraisals, saying that all the points I made were really great, and other times feeling as though I am some feral writer, barking and pissing all over the corners of his last film set. I don't see it that way. I'm allowed to write about whatever I want, and for him to say nothing was its own blank check, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I fight for myself? Aliens have no native soil or flag, and therefore are always armies of one. And for me, I have been very confused, unsure of my sanity. The week before I tried not to think about it. I have thought of little else. I fucked everything up. I'm such a fucking asshole. I saw it. It was so easy. I am upset. I wrote him a letter yesterday, and as I was writing it, a spider attacked me twice. I am seeing now that this was its own sign. The time for letters is not now. Or then, I mean. He set me up, laid the world at my feet, and I turned my back. Though he turned his on my letter. I am not giving up on the role, but now it is a huge fucking mess. I know he will resent me. I was proud and ruled by fear. I couldn't relax. There was a moment waiting in line when a very pretty girl came to the box office and signed for something. We had a moment. I wanted to wave her over. I should have. She knows who I am. I emailed Eldridge Thomas, asking him to bring us together. The thought of going back to work kills me. I'm a fucking jackass. A great despair hangs over me. I told Alistair I would build him a planter, and at first he appreciated it. Now he hates me. He's ripped up my writing and said, "This guy is nothing." I've heard his family rejoicing at the breaking of my spirit. He said things like, "You gotta have balls to be in the movies." Things like, "There's no way, there's no other way," referring to optics. And I'm eclipsed with total shame. He's called me a faggot and a pussy, and I've tried to sue him. Of course, there is no case beyond that there is one. I don't want to do that. He's told me I blew it and asked me, "How could you blow it so bad?" I buckled at how easy he made it. I was alone and afraid. I was a chump. I'm going through Mississippi to see my family before Clam in Indianapolis, Deer Creek. Then I have to go to D.C. to audition for the Folger Theater. And then I'm watching Clam again in Delaware. Monday Green, the festival. I've had the feeling for a time now that Alistair has psychics in his employ. They curse me at their Hollywood seances.